All right, let's talk about presentation skills. I know that sometimes this is the thing that makes the people most nervous is presenting in front of people. What are they thinking of me? Am I doing it right? I feel all over the place. I'm stressed. It's considered one of the major fears that people have, this public speaking thing. And then with virtual, it can add a lot to that or detract from a lot of it. So how do we navigate it? First off, what is the purpose? Being very clear as to why. Why are we doing this in the first place? Why am I talking to them? What am I hoping that they're going to be able to do? So, what is it? And when I think of purpose, what I try to ask people is, what are you trying to change? Anytime that we're talking to people, we're trying to influence them to think something, to do something. So, what is it that you ultimately want them to do? And how is that going to change things? Who's it going to help? What's it going to help others do? Getting clear as to what that is will shape the flow of information that you're sharing, as well as you being clear about what it is that you're doing. And I find that a lot of people that are presenting, their focus, their purpose is more about, do I look good? Am I making an impression? Versus actually, who am I trying to help? What am I trying to create? So get clear on what that purpose is. Next, have a viewpoint, have an opinion. There's a lot of us who are tasked with sharing data, sharing themes, presenting out ideas that are coming from our areas of expertise, or maybe we're just in charge of data, but our area of expertise is mining that data. And then we walk in the room and we're talking to leaders and we're presenting them with the data. And I find that people will tell me, well, it's not my place to make the decision. So who am I to tell them what to do? And in reality, the whole reason they're asking someone to collect this data is to help them make more informed decisions. So know what kind of decisions are they making, and what about the data? What about the stuff that you're presenting is most critical for them to pay attention to be able to make those decisions. Share an insight that you see from the data. You're not telling them this is the way that it is, but you can share it as, here's what I'm seeing. Here's the themes that are cropping up. What does that mean for you in the decision that you're making? And then finally, have a recommendation. Once again, you're not the one that's in charge of that area a lot of times if you're presenting out, but you should have a recommendation of, based on the data that you're seeing, based on the change that you're trying to implement, what are you recommending they do and why? At the end of the day, the people on the other side are going to choose what they're going to choose. Your job is to make sure that they're fully informed. But if you keep staying away and not wanting to take the risk of kind of getting involved in what you're presenting, then you're going to, especially as AI is coming into play, then a computer can present that. And that's just a readout. The skill, the uniqueness that you're bringing to that presentation is the perspective that you have. So have that purpose clear. What is it that you're trying to impact? Next, make sure that you've got some insights and some highlights around what's the perspective to keep in mind as they're looking at this. And then last but not least, a recommendation. What are you recommending they do, or next step based on the data that you have? Once again, it's a recommendation, not telling them what to do. But when we sit fully in the seat of that, then when we're presenting to other people, our confidence goes up, our credibility goes up, and also the usefulness of the presentations that we're sharing goes up. And that benefits everybody.